couple of years ago, I picked up this Harbor Freight dust collector off of Marketplace for 80 bucks. I did a Thein Baffle and put it on a barrel. This thing works fabulous in my shop. Been a real game changer. I took the exhaust and I have it coming out here to a 6-inch dryer vent. You know, all of the air that comes out goes right to the outside, and you can't even see any dust on the ground, so it's not like, you know, it blows out a lot. But, you know, people keep commenting on it, so, you know, I went ahead and pulled the barrel out. You see, all I do is I pull it straight out, went and dumped it out back, and then I put my little Thein Baffle I built. You know, I've got it to where it just fits perfectly around in the top of the barrel, and I slide it back in. I had put some threaded inserts in there with some little knobs, but I don't need it. You know, this thing, it touches all the way around. You know, I mounted it at the right height, and so, you know, the air is going to flow out through the path of least resistance. I went ahead and I disconnected the exhaust that goes to the outside of my shop, and I went ahead and took a little small piece of pipe and connected it and had it blowing right into my shop, and that way we can see just how inefficient this system is. I appreciate people being concerned for my health. You know, it's nice that other people care about you, and, you know, it's really one of the big things that I love about this community. You know, I don't hardly have any trolls. I have people that are truly trying to help out. However, I don't think they completely understand that this isn't that dangerous. So right there you can see the third line down is 29, the fourth line down is 74. That third line is the 2.5 p.m. and the fourth line down is the 10 p.m., which are the two particulate matters that are OSHA regulated, you know, that people are constantly looking at. Well, I had hoped that the air monitor here would have been clearer in the picture, but, you know, the camera wanted to focus on different things. But it does kind of come in and out, so I'm going to kind of point out what the readings are while it's there. I think right there we've got, you know, 30 over 77, and, you know, you see I've already got this barrel maybe 15-20% full. You know, I turned on the planer and I did not turn it back off until I was done. What we got right here is that 40 over 96, 98. That actually was one of the higher readings that I got. Not quite the highest, but, you know, it was up there. But as you see, I'm sitting here running this boards through constantly. You know, these are 2x6s. All right, it looks like we got maybe 33 over 82 right there. But, you know, this thing took about 30 minutes or so. You know, I just keep running these boards over and over because my planer puts out more dust than anything else. And I was doing a full crank on the handle, which is about a 1/16 of an inch. And, you know, so this thing was steadily running, and even when I stopped to move the camera and stuff, I didn't turn the planer off, I didn't turn the dust collector off, so it was still blowing as much as it could. I think we got 32 over 80 there. So, you know, all of that is completely within good enough air quality for a office building. So this is a shop. You know, whenever I'm throwing boards in, you know, I'm picking up stuff, dropping things around, I'm probably making way more dust than whenever I'm running one of my tools. And that's what I was trying to say in the video, and I've put it in the comments, but nobody reads the comments. They just want to comment and, you know, about, you know, I forget what it is. It's 20 minutes and 45 seconds. There was a poof, but I was taking a whole box full of dust chips and running them through, you know, and just putting them up there, and that is way more dust than what the biggest, most dustiest tool will put out at one time. So if you want to build this, great. If you need any help, put a comment on this video, put it on the other video of my build, and I'll be more than happy to try to help you in any way I can. But for me, the whole dust collection has been a huge game changer in my shop. I can sit here and run my saws, and then just in a few minutes later, I can break out the spray gun and spray one of my projects. So, you know, here at the end, you know, we broke about 49 over 102. I think that was the actual highest reading. And this was, we took a 1 inch off of these 2x 6s, and you see the dust is all the way up on that right side. Well, typically I don't run that much. I fill this barrel up maybe once a month, and by stopping it and turning it off and then turning it back on, it kind of gives it a little jolt, and then the dust all goes down. Or if I am running like that, I can go by and kick it, and you see like here, once I pulled it out, the barrel was only about 2/3 full. But because I had been running it nonstop and the air hadn't stopped, it had pushed all up on one side. And I look on the floor here. This is, you know, I mean, I did a lot of planing, and with the planer, you know, I still get a little bit of dust coming out around the edges that isn't sucked through or doesn't make it through the outshoot. But even with all that little bit of dust coming out on the floor, like I say, the highest reading I had was 102, and within about 30-45 seconds after I finished everything, my reading was only 87 at the big ones and 34 at the small ones.